4th Monday of April and we're very busy in the kitchen today. I've had to roll my shirt sleeves up because I've got the kitchen so very hot from getting this oven good and hot today. So lots of baking ahead of us and lots of work in general. So right now I'm fixing to start on our cheese fondue. I'm really looking forward to it. Parmesan cheese, although it's a bit of a luxury to buy in, is one of my favorite things. So let's see. If you'd like to make this at home, you'll need the following things. 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 2 cups of fresh milk, 1/2 pound of dry cheese, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of butter, pepper and salt, and a pinch of soda. All right, let's get started, shall we? I'm going to start by soaking my breadcrumbs here. As the recipe dictates, they are very dry, in all of my milk. All right, go ahead and mix that together a little bit to let that start to soak. And I must tell you, I've had a bit of a quandary today. I've been looking over and looking over and looking over this receipt, and I cannot quite make my mind up about it. So she says that we should bake it in the oven and eat it quickly. Let's see here. Put in a buttered dish to bake, cover with crumbs and bake in a brisk oven. Serve it once as it soon falls. Which sounds to me like a souffle is what she's meaning to do. And if I was making a souffle, I would separate my yolks from my whites. I don't know that it calls for that specifically, but that's what we're going to do. Don't tell Mrs. Harland. Right. So the first thing is first, I'm going to separate my egg whites here from my yolks, and then we'll start whipping them up. Those are nicely whipped now. I'm going to add our baking soda dissolved in a bit of warm water. And I've got our cheese. The best part. A little salt. Not too much, since the cheese itself carries a lot of salt. And a little bit of pepper, which I think will be quite nice. And, not to forget, to enrich in it a little bit, some melted butter. All right. I'm going to get every last drop of that butter out. I don't like to waste butter myself. Alright, we'll give this a stir about. Then it's time to incorporate our nicely beaten egg whites. Now, you might see my dish there. This is the dish I'm going to bake in. It's a ring pan. And I've already lined it with a bit of butter. And I've sprinkled a bit of leftover Parmesan cheese into it as well. I think that will make it nicely, it'll help it to rise nicely. Give our fondue something to grab onto as it rises up the sides. Alright, so our breadcrumbs are in there. One last little whip here with these. And we'll fold this in nicely. And then it's into this oven. My gracious, it's so very warm in this kitchen today, I say. But it's going to be worth it, I think, when all is said and done. That is ready for the oven. We'll get the oven open up here, and away she goes. All right, our fondue is out of the oven and looking quite nicely toasted. I forgot to put some breadcrumbs on it, so I snuck that on there while you weren't looking, but that's all right. I think I'm going to take just the tiniest little taste of it. It's quite hot still, but I want to see what the taste is like. It smells too good to resist. So. The black pepper is lovely in that, and of course the cheese makes it quite good as well. I think this will make a very nice addition to our table, if it makes it that far. I might not let it get that far myself, but we'll see. Very good. Nice to see you again. Good day.